Hey mathematicians, let's do your homework. Okay, so it would help if I could find my pen. All right, now let's do your homework. Okay, we are graphing today, which is a little bit different because previously you have only graphed in the first quadrant. Now we're graphing in all four. So the first set of problems is to write out the ordered pair. Remember that an ordered pair goes x coordinate, comma, y coordinate, and they're both getting hugged by the parentheses. So if you just write the two numbers and you don't write the parentheses and the comma, you're not writing it correctly. So reminder that the horizontal axis is the x-axis. Remember, if you make an x with your arms and flatten it out, it's this one. The y-axis goes up and down, it's your vertical axis. So you are always looking at this x-axis first. So let's start with point A. Finding point A on the x number line, I can see it's between 3 and 5, so that looks like 4. So I'm going to write open parentheses 4, comma. Now the y-axis talks about how many spaces you move up or down. And I literally did not move off the x-axis. So I moved 0 spaces up and down. Excuse me. There's my first ordered pair. Point B, I'm looking. Oh wait, I'm on top of B. So I'm going to start with the x value of -7. Then I count how many spaces I moved up or down. I moved down. And then you can literally, if you want to draw on it, count out 1, 2, make sure you're counting to the corners of each of these. 3, 4, don't stop at the B, you're stopping at the dot. 5. It's 5 down, so that's a -5. Make sure you have your comma and your -5. There's your next ordered pair. So you're just going to complete the list and write out all those ordered pairs down below. Plot and label the points. That means you are literally drawing the dot, and then you're going to be like, this is letter, whatever letter it is. Then name the quadrant they lie in or the axis they lie on. So you've got to do two different things. We have 0, 8. Remember that we're moving left and right on the x-axis, 0 spaces, and then we're moving up and down on the y-axis, 8 spaces. So I'm going back up here, always starting at my origin, my point 0, 0, right here. I'm moving 0 spaces left and right. Okay, that's easy, I don't have to move. Now I'm moving 8 spaces up or down, it's a positive 8, so I'm moving 8 spaces up. I'm not actually really counting the spaces like I did when I modeled this problem over here. I'm actually going to look. Okay, here's 7, here's 9. This one must be 8. And I'm going to leave my dot right on that y-axis because I'm not supposed to move left or right away from it. So this one is on the y-axis, the y number line. It's not in a quadrant. So I would go here and I would say y-axis. Let's do, well, I'm going to let you do the rest. I'm just going to remind you of what the quadrant names are. So remember how in class we said this is called a Cartesian coordinate plane, and the way you can figure out which ones are your quadrants is you draw a big letter C. Okay, it started right here. This is quadrant 1. Then it went over here. This is quadrant 2. Then it came down here to my favorite quadrant, quadrant 3. Now remember that we're drawing these in Roman numerals. I'm not just drawing 3 lines. I'm drawing the 3 lines because in Roman numerals that means quadrant. That means number 3. Here this quadrant is 4, and in Roman numerals 4 is written as IV, 1 before 5, which is the number 4. You have 2 more questions on your homework. What is the y-coordinate of point E? Okay, so we have the y-coordinate of point E. First we have to find point D. Found it. Okay, here it is. Now, it's really, really important that we're reading closely here because even if you tell me the correct ordered pair for point E, that's not what I asked you for. I only want the y value. So this full ordered pair is x is 9 and y is, it looks like -6. I only want you to write me the number that matches with y. Don't write me the x, don't write me the parentheses, don't write me the comma, just the number that matches on the y-axis, just the y-coordinate. Same deal down here for point H. Go find that ordered pair. It'll be like an x, y kind of deal, do not write it like that. Only write me that number, no parentheses, no comma, do not include the y value. Because if you write me an ordered pair, you are answering the wrong question, and even if you get the right x value in that ordered pair, that's not the answer and it wouldn't be marked correct. And guess what? It's your first ever homework that's only single-sided, so you are done. See you tomorrow.